I'd like to call this meeting of the Wilson County Board of Education for October 21st, 2024 to order. The meeting is being televised on Spectrum and Greenlight Channel 22 and live streamed through the Wilson County Schools YouTube channel. The public can also view the meeting by downloading the Wilson County Schools TV 22 app and through links on the Wilson County Schools Facebook,
We approve the agenda for the October 21st, 2024 Board of Education meeting.
Second.
It has been moved by Mrs. Powell, seconded by Mr. Boykin, that the agenda for October 21st, 2024 board meeting be approved. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Members of the board and the audience, I'll ask if you would join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, to be followed by a moment of silence led tonight by Mr. Mercer.
I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Members of the board, you have before you the minutes of September 16th, 2024, which was a regular board meeting. What is your pleasure?
Madam Chair,
Mrs. Barnes?
I move that we approve the regular board meeting minutes of September 16, 2024.
Second.
It has been moved by Mrs. Barnes, seconded by Mrs. Boyette, that the minutes of the regular board meeting of September 16th, 2024 be approved. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Dr. Mills and Mr. Mercer, I think you have some good news presentations to make, if you would, please.
Board members, audience members, tonight we have several Good News Awards presentations. And first on the list is the 2024 National Blue Ribbon School we're recognizing, which is Rock Ridge Elementary School. So one of only 356 schools in the nation and one of only 5 public schools in the state. So this recognition is the result of an incredible team, and we're excited to have a few of the members here with us tonight. So please come forward when I call your name. Principal Emily Chilton. And you get to stand up front and stay a little bit, so don't run away. Corey Burrows. Renee Bunn. Jennifer Clark. Amy Peel. Donna Sharp. And Elizabeth Willoughby. And these staff members, ladies and gentlemen, played a vital role in the writing, proofreading, and are providing ideas during the application process, which is a very simple application. It's very thin. There's not much to it, is there? That's a lie. It's a very extensive and demanding and thorough application, and so that you did a lot to prepare and to showcase what makes Rock Ridge special and to ultimately win of one of only 356 schools in the nation. So the application process is only one aspect, but Rock Ridge Elementary is only one of our schools to receive this award twice. It was also named a National Blue Ribbon School in 2015. So a National Blue Ribbon School is the highest honor presented to schools by the U.S. Department of Education. The award indicates that a school is producing outstanding results for all students, has demonstrated consistent excellence, and made progress in closing gaps in student achievement. Rock Ridge was recognized in the exemplary high-performing school category for being among the state's top-performing schools. The U.S. Department of Education will formally recognize Rock Ridge and the other winners in November during a ceremony in Washington, D.C. We congratulate the staff members who are here tonight, as we know you did a lot of extra work, as well as the entire Rock Ridge school community for this prestigious and well-deserved recognition. It is a truly incredible honor and award and very deserving. Thank you for all you did for the students and the community and the school and the extra work. Congratulations. It's a huge honor, and you definitely earned it. Congratulations. Nice job. Did I mention it was only one of 356 schools in the nation? One of 5 in the state? Okay, just good, just checking. Okay. Getting it twice is probably even a smaller infinitesimal amount, so big deal. And now, board members, audience members, I'd like to recognize the Beginning Teacher of the Year Award winner, Ms. Taylor Capps. I see Taylor knew to come right on forward and didn't even have to worry. Vincent Bynum Elementary third grade teacher Taylor Capps was recently selected as a finalist for the 2025 Empower North Carolina Beginning Teacher of the Year Award through the North Carolina Center for the Advancement of Teaching, the NCAT. This award recognizes teachers who have successfully completed their first year of teaching and show promise as excellent teachers and educational leaders, which Ms. Capps truly does. She was selected as our district winner after excelling in 3 rounds of competition: the portfolio, the interview, and classroom visit. She will now advance to the regional competition and hopes to be named the state's Beginning Teacher of the Year. We really think you're good for that. Ms. Capps is in her 2nd year of teaching, and she's a wonderful teacher who truly loves her students. That was obvious from the visits and from everything we see when we visit Vincent Bynum. Several of our district leaders surprised her at Vincent Bynum a few weeks ago when we were able to see her interacting with her students, and we were all excited to be there and see that in action. We congratulate her on this well-deserved recognition. Thank you for all the extra you did. Congratulations, good luck. We're pulling for you. And once again, congratulations. It's a big deal. Congratulations. I think I saw our principal back, Miss Brittany. And our last group to recognize tonight are Industry and Schools Institute attendees. These are several amazing educators who were selected to attend the Industry and Schools Institute developed by STEM East, which we're a part of as our assorted school districts in the eastern part of the state. A few of them could not be here tonight, but I'm still going to call out all the names, and if you would, please come forward. Kelly Best from Wells Elementary. Erica Esparza from Lee Woodard. Mandy Jenkins from Gardners. Rachel McNeil from Hunt. Wendy Watson from Beddingfield. Rochelle Williams from Watt. Scotty Williams from Watt. I think we've got everybody's. For the Industry and Schools Institute, STEM East collaborated with regional community colleges and industry partners to develop an immersive learning experience that highlighted local regional industries and career pathways. All of these attendees applied what they learned at the Institute to develop relevant and engaging lessons. There were 4 different institutes offered in the areas of biopharma, smart agriculture, aviation science, and blue economy. Scotty Williams, Erica Esparza, Rochelle Williams, and Rachel McNeil attended the Biopharma Institute in Greenville. Mandy Jenkins attended the Smart Agricultural Institute in Williamston. Kelly Best attended the Aviation Science Institute in Elizabeth City and the Blue Economy Institute in Morehead City. And Wendy Watson attended the Aviation Science Institute in Elizabeth City. So we appreciate all of you and thank you for the extra work that you did to attend these workshops and the willingness that you've shown to continue to grow and bring that back to us. And the industry connections is so important, not only for our system, but for our students in our classrooms. And we're excited about the STEM East collaboration that we're starting to really gain more momentum with. So thank you for the extra for that and the extra work that you put in away from your families and your friends to do that. And we're excited about what that brings for us. So congratulations. We really appreciate that. Madam Chair, that concludes the good news.
Thank you so much. For the chairman's report, short and sweet this evening from me. On behalf of the board, the students and parents of Wilson County Schools, and the entire Wilson County community, sincere thanks are extended to Dr. Mills, senior staff, teachers, and all employees of the system for any and all efforts that led toward the gains of moving Wilson County Schools to the 37th place in student performance of the 116 school systems in the state, which includes the Cherokee Nation schools. Though I won't go over all the statistics, Dr. Mills did that last month, it is no small feat that moving up 4 spaces in rank occurred. We will not believe that this is the best that can be done, but will continue to ensure that a continuation of efforts for our students will be intentional and comprehensive. And on behalf of the board, we thank you for all that you and the system do for our students. And that concludes my report. And so it's now turned over to you, Dr. Mills, for your superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, board members, audience members, October is National Principals Month, and I would like to take a moment to thank our incredible principals for the work they do each and every day, some seen and some unseen. I noticed several in the audience. Principals, if you're here tonight, if you would just stand up, just a few that are here, because they're doing extra to come by and recognize their folks. These are just a few of the folks that are the people that really make the difference and that you see in the performance numbers that we were talking about and the recognitions, because they're working with teachers and students every day, and having quality principals in quality schools is the most important thing. And we are very fortunate to be able to work with them as partners and peers. And I love them, and I'm very fortunate to call them friends and peers. And the work they have done has been incredible. And I'm very proud of them for how they've done it. And I would like to publicly thank that for those that are here and those that aren't here. And we talk about that a lot, but it is a very challenging role. And they do it with grace and with courage, and they do it the right way. And I'm very proud to call them our principals. So thank you. I would like to share some exciting news about a grant that will benefit Springfield Middle School. As you well know, donations are still forthcoming for the terrible events and the recovery from the tornado. Susan Whitley, our secondary ELA and social studies coordinator, recently applied for and received $5,000 from the Dollar General Literacy Foundation. And those funds will be used to replace the sets of novels that were lost during the tornado on August the 8th. And I really appreciate Ms. Whitley's hard work to secure those funds. I also want to thank the Borenson Hands-On Equations, Hand to Mind, EAI, Education, and Braining Camp. All those companies replaced the math manipulatives that were lost in the tornado, or provided a free site license for the school to access online manipulatives. So that again shows how fortunate we are to have great partners, but great folks helping us recover. We also appreciate everyone in the community and beyond who supported Springfield by making an in-kind donation or financial donation to support the teachers whose classrooms were destroyed in the tornado. To date, the financial donations total an amount that is $30,809. So that is a large sum that goes towards the recovery process. There's plenty more to come and plenty more to do, but it has been overwhelming, the amount of support that our own community and our own partners have shown. So if you see any of those folks, please be sure to tell them thanks on behalf of our teachers and our students. I also want to take a moment to recognize everyone who has supported our neighbors who are definitely in a very bad spot in western North Carolina that were affected by Helene. Whether you donated supplies or made a financial donation or volunteered to serve or sent positive thoughts and prayers, what has happened there from information I've gathered from my peers and others is unimaginable. Trauma will be with those school families for quite some time. And I want to commend several of our schools that have held drives immediately after the flooding and the devastation occurred. Fike, Weka, Elm City, and Bettyfield were just to name a few that many of their staff have already donated through other means or volunteered to help. And I would like to also give a shout out to our very own board member Blake Boykin and County Commissioner Michael Weatherton. They've already made a trip up and are headed back up later this evening. And as a district, we are supporting the relief efforts in Western North Carolina by focusing on the schools that were most impacted by the storm. We have, through our RESA, the Central Carolina RESA, we are suggesting that anyone interested in considering making a financial donation to the Western North Carolina Schools Recovery Fund through the Western Region Education Service Alliance, the WRESA, Western RESA, or the Northwest Region Education Service Alliance, Northwest RESA. The online link that we will provide has a listing of those school districts, and they are numerous. Many of them are just going back to school on a limited basis or restricted hours or limited means. Many of them have used schools as a refuge for families, just to provide basic survival needs, if you will. So the amount of recovery and the amount of time that it will take and resources to gain any semblance of normalcy is unknown. So that any support that we can provide or you feel like providing, we are focusing on doing that through the school system so it can get to the students. Donations will help address the challenges the students and staff in those schools are facing, anywhere from housing, supplies, and technology, as well as damage to the school facilities. School districts in the western part of the state in those areas can request the funds from those two RESAs to meet urgent needs. And we're hoping that it can help the students continue their education and the staff to continue to perform their roles, because we know that there are financial hardships for those families as well, beyond anything we can imagine. And we know that's going to be vital to helping their communities recover and rebuild. The deadline to make those donations through those organizations is December 7th. Company and individual donations are welcome. We have donation information as well as the list of school districts on our social media sites and the district website. And so that was what we wanted to share with individuals and the community to try and help those school systems. Many of these same school systems reached out to us, me personally, and Ms. Thomas and others across the district after the tornado hit Springfield, and at other times throughout. Superintendents and principals and school staff in our state look out for one another when things happen. So as you feel so inclined, that is an option we wanted to put out there for people to be aware of.
All right.
Madam Chair, that's my report.
Thank you so very much. Members of the board, it is now the point of our agenda where the public gets to share their input with us. Each person is granted 3 minutes for his or her presentation. This portion of the meeting is for the board to hear matters of interest from the public. However, obscene or vulgar statements, personal attacks, and statements reasonably perceived to be disruptive or imminently threatening to the orderly operation of the meeting shall not be permitted. There are 4 persons who have signed up to address the board. The first is Jessica Flippo, regarding seatbelts, car lines, and buses. Since there's no response, I'll move to the next person signed up, Giovanna Qualls, regarding seatbelts, car lines, and buses. Moving along, the third person who has signed up is Teresa Cooper, regarding Fike High School Class of 1975 Alumni Association Scholarship Program.
Good evening, Madam Chairman and the entire school board. Will all the graduates of Raphael Fike High School please stand at this time? As she said, my name is Teresa Cooper. I am one of the co-executive officers. We, the members of the class of 1975 of Raphael Fike High School, with much thought, consideration, discussion, and desire to give back to our community, has created the Ralph L. Fike High School Alumni Association. Our purpose is to establish scholarships to support Fike graduates, and we are looking forward to awarding our first scholarship in the spring of 2025. And we have established guidelines of the criteria needed that the students are required to meet. Their applications will be endorsed by the guidance counselor, reviewed by a committee, that they may include also a board member. We also plan to support other educational endeavors at other institutes to help promote educational excellence. This alumni association is established as a nonprofit corporation and designated as a 501c3 tax-exempt organization. We have opened and established a bank account at Truist, and we are ready to receive any donations, and we will greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. The last person on our list for tonight. As soon as I can flip the page, is Eunice Lindsay regarding Frederick Douglass Elementary School.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Dr. Mills, school board members, and especially the school board members that were up here when I was on the board, Dr. Fitch, Mr. Mercer, Ms. Barnes. Okay, tonight I represent the Frederick Douglass Alumni Association. I'm president of the Elm City Wilson chapter, and we have some members here tonight. Will you please stand? Okay, we are here tonight to inquire on the status of Frederick Douglass Elementary School's building process. I have 5 questions. One is, what is the holdup? 2, when will you start building? 3, have you talked to the county commissioners about the increase that was stated and whether or not they will cover it? 4, do you think that the cost will increase to build the longer you wait? And the most important question from the citizens of Elm City and Sharpsburg are, when will we see some progress being made? Thank you.
Thank you. Members of the board, as per usual, we ask how you would like to have these issues that have come before us addressed. Direct the chairman to respond to the concern on behalf of the board. Direct the administration to respond to the concern. Refer the matter to a board committee. Refer the matter to the administration, or place the matter of concern on the agenda for a future meeting. What is your pleasure?
Madam Chair,
Mr. Breen?
I think we should direct administration to respond.
I agree.
All right, Dr. Mills, you have a consensus that we ask you to address the persons who have come before us with a response. If you would, please.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Thank you. The next item, we thank each person for your comments this evening. The next item on the agenda comes from the Administrative Services Committee. Mr. Mercer.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Administrative Services Committee met this afternoon, and we have one information item, and we have one action item. And the Facilities Services update is to me, really interesting because so much has been done. And Dr. Williams is going to report that to us. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Tonight, we bring the Wilson County Schools Facilities and Capital Project Update. These are the projects that have been completed since our last Facilities and Capital Project Update that we had. Overview here of what we will be discussing. First on the overview or on the agenda for the update will be Springfield Middle School. Springfield Middle School, our first item is the modular units or the mobile unit installation. We have 2 freestanding 8-classroom mobile units with ADA accessibility. The mobile units will have internet access, door card access, security camera coverage, and fire alarm systems. Both units have been assembled on site and the fire alarms are in place. The ADA ramps and landings are complete. Our contractor started today on the decking, which will connect the walkways to the sidewalks. The electrical service installation also started today. Work will continue to complete the units for students to utilize. Secondly, for Springfield Middle School, there was a flagpole replacement. The flagpole was lost in the tornado, and that flagpole has been reinstalled or has been installed to replace the other flagpole that was lost. The 6th and 7th grade wings that were damaged in the tornado, the reconstruction site meeting has taken place. Our team met with the Barnhill team on October 14th, 2024. During that time, information was collected and gathered to begin the process of identifying the scope of work to complete the reconstruction of the 6th and 7th grade hallways. Did want to give a special recognition to Kelly Thomas, principal at Springfield Middle School, the Springfield Middle School staff, students, parents, and community for their perseverance during this particular time as we are getting the mobile units in place and moving forward with the reconstruction of the 2 wings. They've done a tremendous job in accessing different areas of the building to be able to continue instruction as of the first day of school this school year. Here are some pictures from Springfield Middle School. This is the flagpole that was installed. This is a picture of one of the mobile units and the ramping that has been put in place. Again, these are both mobile units that are in place currently over at Springfield Middle School. And yet another picture of one of the mobile units with the landing and the ramp. Next, we wanted to give an update on the Hunt High School track. This project included the demolition of the existing 6-lane track and the installation of a new 8-lane track, which did include the surface and striping. Additionally, there was new fencing, goalposts, flagpole, a long jump pole vault, high jump area, and a new shot put and discus event area that was installed. New lightings from Musco was installed at the football stadium as well. There was a new ADA seating area which was installed on the home area of the bleachers. All the bleachers were inspected, cleaned, and the nuts and bolts were re-galvanized, which of course does assist us with additional safety for our bleachers on the home and visitor side as well. The restroom facilities were upgraded. This included all the plumbing fixtures being demolished and new fixtures, lighting, and composite stalls were installed, and the restrooms were painted. The training room was also painted and new lighting was installed. The concession stand was also upgraded. All the fixtures inside the concession stand were demolished and new fixtures were installed. New plumbing was installed and the concession stand was painted. There were new ADA sidewalks and ADA accessible ordering areas that were installed at the concession stand as well. This project included new ADA sidewalks from the parking lot to the stadium. The building exteriors and logos were also repainted at the facility. This was a capital project that was funded by the Wilson County Board of Commissioners and was the second of the 2 track projects that was on that list to be completed. Graham Boyd is here tonight, so we had an excellent team on that project. Graham Boyd is with CPL as the architect, so the CMA offered the project, and Berry Builder Group was the contractor that was utilized. So again, excellent project. Project went wonderful, and we had a great team on this project, so we appreciate Graham being here tonight as well. Also wanted to give appreciation to Mr. Eddie Dahl, principal at Hunt High School, athletic director, coaching staff, all those that were involved in making this project successful over at Hunt High School at the school site. A lot of construction meetings and a lot of input needed from the site there at the school. So we, hats off to them for making this process go well. An overview of the track. is included in the presentation. Thank you, Mr. Rusty Boyette. He is the drones and drafting teacher, also the cross-country and track and field coach at Hunt High School. And he captured this aerial footage of the Hunt High School track and from the beginning to the end of it. So I'll go ahead and click on that real quick, and you can take a quick tour of the new Hunt track facility. So as you go around the Hunt track facility, there's the new concession stand. You can see that the new surface is in place along with the new striping for the Hunt track. As we go around again from this aerial footage, the fencing that we talked about, that is inside on the track area and outside barrier on the woods as well. You can see that there's a sidewalk from the entrance as you come into the facility over to the visitor sideline as well, to where we have some areas here that are not necessarily picked up on here, but this is after the fact, where we had cleared some limbs and trees to make things a little safer and more visible over on the visitor side. This is the coming up on one of the new light poles with the new Musco lighting, which if you've seen that lighting at night, whenever you go to a facility where it was and what it is now with the new Musco lighting, or with the new lighting that we have from Musco, it's a complete difference from what it was before. So again, not only does it enhance the experience of being at an event, but there's safety aspects that are obviously important to us as well. You can see the buildings that have been repainted, logos redone. The area where we just talked about the bleachers, these were again reinforced, galvanized the nuts and bolts, and inspected each one of them. And you can also see, as we're coming up here on your right, this is the new ADA viewing area that is beside the home side bleachers. So very pleased, very proud of this project, and everything went very, very well. This is a picture of the track before and after. So this is the product of all the work that has been done at the Hunt track. A couple of pictures of the concession stand. So this is the repainted concession stand and what the inside of the concession stand looks like. Updated equipment, floors, paint, lighting. Any lighting that we replace is going to be replaced with new LED lighting. The new LED lighting is more efficient, and it's also brighter and safer as well. This is a picture of the upgrades that were done inside of the restroom facilities and upgrades that were done inside the training room, new lighting and painting. Next is the Bedingfield High School Game Art Design Classroom. This project utilized classroom space that was previously the location of the Wilson Academy of Applied Technology at Bedingfield High School. The project created a gaming space for approximately 30 gaming stations. The lighting and electrical upgrades were also completed to accommodate the new 30 gaming stations and electrical output that was needed. The two rooms were combined to make this area. The classroom serves as an instructional location to teach the game art design and advanced game art design curriculum. These courses introduce students to techniques that are used in electronic gaming industry. This project was done in collaboration with the Instructional Services Department to include technology and the curriculum needs guidance, which was given by CTE Director, Mr. Matt Creighton. And this project was funded by capital outlay. Here are some pictures of the newly designed game art design classroom. Monitors for the game art classroom, as well as the panels for the gaming. Next is the Bedingfield High School wash. This project utilized the office space that was previously the location of the Wilson Academy of Applied Technology at Bedingfield High School. The wash that existed in a mobile unit at Bedingfield High School has been brought inside to the building in this new space. The Bedingfield High School wash includes examination rooms, a waiting room, front desk reception, lab space, administrative offices, and an office for a licensed clinical social worker. This project was funded by the Healthcare Foundation of Wilson. Here are some pictures of the new Bedingfield High School wash. Next is the Darden Middle School wash. This is a new wash site at Darden Middle School. This project utilized 2 classroom spaces and a supply room from Darden Middle School. The Darden Wash is located on the sixth grade hallway of Darden Middle School and has a dedicated entrance on the side of the school. The Darden Middle School Wash includes examination rooms, a waiting room, front desk reception, lab space, and administrative offices. This project was funded by the Healthcare Foundation of Wilson. And these are pictures of the new wash site at Darden Middle School. Reception area, there's an examination room, a lab, and this hallway leads to the examination rooms and administrative offices. Next are the Darden Middle School and Vincent Bynum Elementary School ADA playgrounds. The playgrounds include ADA accessible equipment to allow the playground to be enjoyed by all students. The playground surface is firm but a rubberized material which allows for wheelchair access while maintaining a safe playing area. Both playgrounds were built near exits of the building with classrooms that have students in need of accessing these playgrounds. The spaces are connected to the building by concrete walkways. This project was completed in collaboration with Ms. Melissa McFadder, Executive Director of Exceptional Children, and the Darden Middle School ADA playground was funded by the Healthcare Foundation of Wilson and local funds. The Vincent Bynum Elementary School ADA playground was funded by capital outlay. And here are some pictures of the Darden Middle School ADA playground. As noted in the previous slide, you can see the accessibility straight from surface level right onto the playing surface. And everything inside of that fenced-in playground area is accessible by wheelchair. Here are some pictures of the Vincent Bynum Elementary School ADA playground. Both structures are shaded surfaces as well. And again, accessibility is the key to both of these playgrounds. Next is Forest Hills Middle School and Spate Middle School interior paint. This project consisted of repairing any damaged walls inside of the classrooms and all hallways. All walls were primed and painted with 2 coats of paint. A final walkthrough and touch-up was completed. The Forest Hills Middle School and Spate Middle School paint project was funded by capital outlay. And here are some pictures of the new interior paint at Forest Hills Middle School and at the new interior painting at Spate Middle School. Our next project was parking lot seal coat and striping. This project was completed at Darden Middle School, Spate Middle School, and Springfield Middle School. The project included the seal coating of all parking lots at these schools to repair cracks and holes in the parking lots. Parking lines, directional arrows, and all other parking lot markings were repainted to improve visibility. This in turn does increase the safety in our parking lots. And this project was funded by capital outlay. Here are some pictures of some of the upgrades and improvements that were done to the parking lots. Directional arrows, parking spaces along the side of sidewalks, and then the bus spaces that are in the back of the schools. Our next project is the gym LED lighting. This project was completed at Bedingfield High School, Hunt High School, and Forest Hills Middle School. The gym lights at these schools have been upgraded to new LED lighting. These are upgrades from the older, less efficient metal halide lights that were previously in these gyms. These upgrades bring all of our high schools and middle school gyms up to date with more efficient and brighter lighting, increasing the visibility and improving safety. This project was completed with local funds. And here are some pictures of the schools with their new lighting. Bedingfield High School, Hunt High School, and Forest Hills Middle School. Our next project that we wanted to give an update on is the ESSER HVAC projects. This project replaced all air handling units, boilers, and 3 chillers at 6 schools. The 3 chiller replacements were at Bedingfield High School, B.O. Barnes Elementary School, and Elm City Middle School. The domestic hot water systems were also upgraded at 2 of the schools, Bedingfield High School and Hunt High School. The project replaced outdated HVAC equipment with more efficient equipment and will also assist with improving indoor air quality. The schools that underwent the HVAC upgrades were B.O. Barnes Elementary School, Lee Woodard Elementary School, Hunt High School, Bedingfield High School, Elm City Middle School, and Forest Hills Middle School. This project was funded by ESSER funds and managed in collaboration with Ms. Robin May's team Special recognition to Miss Amy Thornton for the management of the ESSER funds, as well as the principals of each of these schools for their leadership in managing the projects on site. As I had mentioned earlier, anytime you have a project that is going on your school campus, it takes a tremendous amount of maneuvering and flexibility to be able to get that project completed. And Miss Amy Thornton, along with Miss Shannon Collins, did an absolute phenomenal job managing these funds to make certain that we were getting everything submitted that needed to be submitted for the process checks for the ESSER funds that needed to be turned in. Finally is our facility condition assessment. The facility condition assessment kickoff meeting was held October 11th, 2024. During this meeting, the team discussed the plan of work and the process for assessing the buildings. A communication will be sent to principals regarding the facility condition assessment at their schools, and this process will also be discussed at our next principal meeting. Dewberry will begin the facility condition assessment process with Vick Elementary School, and Vick Elementary School will serve as the pilot report for the board to view and amend as needed. This first report, once amended by the board, will be used, has the report that will be used for each school moving forward, and that first report will be available at the December board meeting. And that is an update on all of our facilities and capital projects up to date. Are there any questions that I can answer?
Hearing no questions, thank you a lot, Dr. Williams, and please stand by a second.
Stand by.
Our second item is an action item, and it's a request for qualifications regarding the design and build Bedingfield High School Culinary Arts classroom.
Yes, sir. So tonight we wanted to bring the culinary arts classroom for Bedingfield High School to design build process, and we bring to the board for approval the design build by Berry Builder Group and Oakley Collier Architects for approval by the board.
Anyone have any questions or comments? Hearing none, Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
on behalf of Administrative Services Committee, I move the full board approve Berry Building Group and Oakley Collier Architects and General Contractors to design and build the Bedingfield High School Culinary Arts classroom.
It has been moved by Mr. Mercer, seconded by Mrs. Powell, that the board approve the Bedingfield High School Culinary Arts Classroom Design and Build from Oakley Collier Architect and Berry Building Group for construction. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously.
That concludes my report, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Mercer. Next on the agenda is the Instructional Services Committee report. We met this afternoon. We had for information a contract requiring board notification. That contract was for AB Staffing Solutions, LLC, to handle supplementary staffing for speech, occupational therapy, and instructional services in the amount not to exceed $80,000. Are there any questions? This is under the threshold that is allowed by policy. Hearing none, then we had several action items. Mr. Mercer, I'll turn it over to you as I'll be making several motions at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
First on the agenda for action were contracts requiring board approval. First is for Allied Instructional Services to provide service for, by a vision impaired teacher and a hearing impaired interpreter not to exceed $100,000. Second was for equalized sensory services for EC contract services staff, not to exceed $120,000. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Vice Chair, on behalf of the Instructional Services Committee, I recommend and move that the board approve the Allied Instructional Services contract not to exceed $100,000 and the Equalized Sensory Services contract not to exceed $120,000.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that the full board approve the contract for Allied Instructional Services not to exceed $100,000 and Equalized Sensory Services not to exceed $120,000. Do I hear any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. It carries unanimously.
Next on the agenda was the approval of school improvement plans. By general statute 115C-105.27D, we are required to approve or to reject the school improvement plans for each of the schools within our jurisdiction. You had the opportunity to read those plans and respond to those plans, and corrections or additions were made to the plans based upon the feedback that was received, and the administration has now moved forward in presenting the plans for each of the schools, including WAVE. So on behalf of the Instructional Services Committee, Mr. Vice Chair, I move that the school improvement plans for each of our facilities, including WAVE, be approved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that the full board approve the school improvement plans of each of our facilities, including WAVE, be approved. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. It passes unanimously.
Next was a series of revisions of our calendars, beginning with our traditional calendar for 2024-2025. As you are aware, weather has once again made it necessary for us to alter our calendars because of the last hurricane, Hurricane Milton. And due to the weather situation, Friday, September the 27th, became a non-instructional day where it had been an instructional day. Administration is recommending that Wednesday, June the 11th, become an optional teacher workday, which would change our calendar, not only for our traditional calendar, but also for our restart calendar. So on behalf of the Instructional Services Committee, I move that the 2024-2025 traditional calendar and the 2024-2025 restart calendar be approved as presented by the administration, so that September the 27th, having been changed from an instructional day to a non-day, that Wednesday, June 11th, become an optional teacher workday.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that the full board approve the revised 2024-25 traditional calendar and the revised 2024-25 restart calendar as recommended by administration. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. It carries unanimously.
Thank you very much. The next calendar to need a revision is our early college calendar. We are all aware that that has a different time frame from our other calendars because these students follow the calendar of the community college, but yet they are affected by the weather changes as well. So on the recommendation of the administration, due to inclement weather, Friday, September the 27th was changed from an instructional day to a non-day. And the recommendation is that Friday, May 23rd, 2025 become an optional teacher workday, with Monday, May 26th, 2025 becoming a holiday, which is the actual holiday. Therefore, Mr. Vice Chair, the Instructional Services Committee recommends and moves that the 2024-2025 early college calendar be revised to reflect those changes that have been stated.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded that the full board approve the revised calendar for 2024-2025 for early college with the aforementioned changes. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. It carries unanimously.
Next on the agenda for instructional services was the revision of two policies, Policy 7820, Personnel Files, and Policy 8341, Limited Claim Settlement. Both of these are second readings of those individual policies, and no one change was made in 7820 as requested by the board. You saw that in your information in blue, and the second policy, 8341, stayed the same. On behalf of the Instructional Services Committee, we recommend and I move that the revised policies 7820, Personnel Files, and 8341, Limited Claims Settlement be approved as a second read by the board.
It's been moved and properly seconded that the full board approve the revised policy 7820, Personnel Files, and revised policy 8341, Limited Claims Settlement, both as second reading, as recommended by administration. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. It carries unanimously. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. Members of the board, the next item on our agenda is in relation to a letter to the North Carolina General Assembly. You have in your board packet a copy of that letter. The Charlotte-Mecklenburg School System Board of Education and Stokes County Board of Education both sent a letter to members of the General Assembly asking for a salary increase for certified and non-certified staff. Several other boards have done likewise, and various members of the Wilson County Board of Education have indicated that they would like to join these districts in advocating for increasing public school employees' salaries statewide. We are aware of the financial needs of citizens in the western part of the state, as well as ongoing financial challenges faced by public school employees statewide. But we ask that for your consideration in the letter to be sent to the legislative leadership. What is your pleasure, and are there comments, questions, or discussion?
Madam Chair,
Mrs. Boyette?
I would be very much in favor of sending this letter, asking for these increases. Our teachers not only deserve them, they need them financially. We see teachers, I just learned about another one this week that is leaving teaching to go to another profession to make more money.
I agree.
I agree also.
North Carolina is currently 38 in teacher pay. The national average is something like $69,000. North Carolina's average teacher pay is $56,000 for beginning teachers. The national average is $44,530. The North Carolina average is $40,136. We're 42nd in beginning teacher pay, 38th overall in overall teacher pay. And projections have us falling further to 41st by next year. So something needs to be done.
Okay. Other comments? Then the chair will entertain a motion.
Madam Chair, I move we send this letter to the North Carolina General Assembly.
Second.
It has been moved by Mr. Breen, seconded by Mrs. Boyette, that the letter found in your board packet be sent to the North Carolina General Assembly, particularly the leadership of the Senate President Pro Tempore and the Speaker of the House. Is there any, in regard to salary increases? Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. Mrs. Barnes.
Madam Chair and board members, I move that the Wilson County Board of Education go into closed session to consider confidential personnel matters as provided in North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11A1 and 6 and 115C-319 through 321, to consider confidential student matters as provided in North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11A1 and North Carolina General Statutes 115C-402 and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20 U.S.C. 1232G, to review and adopt the school safety components of school improvement plans as provided in North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11A8 and North Carolina General Statutes 115C-105.27C1, and to consult with the Board of Education attorney and preserve the attorney-client privilege as provided in North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11A3.
Second.
It has been moved by Mrs. Barnes, seconded by Mrs. Boyette, that the Wilson County Board of Education go into closed session to consider confidential personnel matters as provided in North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11A1 and 6 and 115C-319 through 321, to consider confidential student matters as provided in North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11A1 and North Carolina General Statutes 115C-402 and the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act 20, United States Code 1232G, to review and adopt the school safety components of school improvement plans as provided in North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11A8 and North Carolina General Statutes 115C-105.27C1, and to consult with the Board of Education attorney and preserve the attorney-client privilege as provided in North Carolina General Statutes 143-318.11A3. All in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Let the record reflect that the motion carries unanimously. We are adjourned to closed session.
That's a mouthful.